And we are live. What is going on, everyone? It's your boy Johnny Dunn, and we are back with another one. Today, another epic VeVe live stream. Today, we just have one comic book drop today. It is another blind box. We have Uncanny X-Men, issue number 96. I think this is a pretty decent comic book. I do like some of the cover arts of this run. I like the secret rare a lot. I'm going to dive into what these look like in just a second. Shout out to Comics and Crypto once again in their hodl or sell video. They gave it a hodl. For me, I'm not going to target this one in the marketplace. I'm not going to go out of my way to get this one in the market. I'm not going to stack this one. But shout out to anyone who does. I will probably keep this one if I get it on the drop, if I get a common, low mint, something like that. If I get a secret rare, I think one of the reasons why I'm going to keep the secret rare or the ultra rare on this one is because I'm a big fan of the artwork of the secret rare for this one. A lot of you guys know I'm usually a big fan of the common or the ultra rares. But this time, for some reason, I'm liking the secret rare. So if I get the secret rare on this one, I may end up keeping it. Or I may end up selling it right away in the marketplace and then buy this one back for a cheap price later on, around like $300, hopefully. That's kind of my game plan right now for this one. I will go over details. Shout out to everybody joining the live stream chat today. We got Doobs in the house, first in the house. He's trying to get a comic book today. We got Chris in the building. We got Austin. Austin says, like, oh, I need a comic dub still. Yeah, the comic's been hard for a lot of people. So hopefully, again, this is just another way to kind of practice your drop strategy for who knows what's going to be dropping this weekend. I think we do have a teaser a little bit of the Ukraine drop. I don't think they dropped the Medium article just yet, but they did talk about that one a little bit. And then, you don't know what else is coming next week. So I think the drops got pushed back a little bit because of everything that's going on in the world right now. But hopefully everyone's doing okay. I'm going to go over the details of what these look like. And then I'm going to go over the edition count. A little bit different order today. We got the common. Big fan of the way the common looks today. Like that one a lot. We got the uncommon. Same thing, just with that white and black background. Not the biggest fan of the uncommon. We got the rare. I am a fan of the way the ultra rare hits. I like the colorway of this one, the purple. I like that one. And then the secret rare, I think this one looks fire. I like this one a lot. So I think that will do well. Again, I may end up selling this one right away in the marketplace, and then I may buy it back for cheaper. I probably will buy this one back if I end up letting it go. We have 30,000 total editions for this run, so nothing too crazy. Your standard, normal run for comics today. We have 21,000 editions for the common, 5,000 editions for the uncommon. We have the rare, 2,350, the ultra rare, 1,050, and the secret rare, 600. I do think this one could do pretty well long term. I think this is more of a spec book, but I think short term, everything in the market's kind of picking up, so that's always good to see. I will go over some prices in the market right now, or in just a little bit, actually, not just a second. I'm going to talk about this comic a little bit more. Again, if I get a secret rare, I kind of want to keep this one, so I may try to let it go right away in the marketplace for hopefully a high price around that $1,000 mark, and then look to buy it back as the prices dip. Now, I think I may risk it with this one just because we do see the prices kind of recover in the market, so if this one doesn't dip as much as usual, I'd be okay with letting this one go. But I will probably try to buy it back solely just based on the fact that I like the cover of that secret rare. But hopefully I'm just trying to land one. If I get a common, I'll probably just keep it because I don't think the commons are going to come out too expensive. If I get a rare, I may think about letting a rare go. Ultra rare, ultra rare is kind of, I like the covers on them, so I may let it go, buy it back. And if it gets away from me, it just gets away from me. I'm not too worried about this comic. Outdoor fishing, let's go. We got AP Bulldogs in the building. How we doing, brother? I think you're the GOAT, my man. Appreciate you big time. Outdoor fishing, is today's comic a sell or hodl? I think short term it's not going to do too well. I think it's going to get kind of hit hard just with the downturn of the market lately. It's good to see the market pick back up, though, so that's always good to see. But I think long term, this is kind of like a spec book. I think it's going to be pretty decent. Comics and Crypto gave it a hodl. They said they're not going to go out of their way really too much to target it in the market, and I kind of get the same feeling for that one. So if I get on the drop, I may end up just keeping it, or see what the prices come out right away in the market. If they're pretty high, I'll let it go and try to buy it back. And like I said, if it gets away from me and it doesn't really dip as much as I think, then I'm okay with letting this one go. Yeah, I don't think the uncommon is my favorite either. I feel like I saw, somebody put a snippet or something they created on Twitter, I think I saw, and they made the title of that uncommon in color. And I think that made that comic book pop a lot more. So hopefully they make the titles in color. I think that's pretty cool. I do like that kind of variation. Because we see here so you guys can kind of see what I'm talking about as I talk about it. We have that all in color common. And that uncommon, I feel like the only thing they have in color here is the bottom heroes here. Like I think is that Wolverine there? Yeah, that is Wolverine. I think if they made that X-Men title in color, that would just make it pop a little bit more. But they didn't do that for the rare either, so probably just the theme of this one. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Show love to the VeVe OG. Let's go, my guy APB Bulldogs. And I do want to talk about the market a little bit too, because I do think that we're seeing a little bit of a turnaround in the market. Yeah, I agree with this, Tuxin. This is one of the better no big deal books. Absolutely. Yep, absolutely. Claw Man. Shout out to anybody on the chat who was there for that day, Claw Man. That was probably one of the funniest days on the chat. And I do agree. This is probably one of the better no big deal books, I would say, out of that tier. But I don't think it's one of your holy grail comics or anything like that. So it depends on your situation. If you need some gems or if you want to hodl that secret rare, ultra rare comic book. It's good to see the market pick back up. Now, if you're new tuning into the channel, I will be going over my drop strategy as we get closer to the drop as well. But I also want to talk about the strategy, just the cycles, the ups and downs. We saw a huge run up in mid-January, all-time highs on a lot of collectibles. And I feel like that's when I was getting a lot of direct messages from people asking me, what should I target? What should I buy? And I always say when you're at the all-time highs of things, it's really important to kind of look at some previous charts to find out if you are at the all-time high, because a lot of new people just joining in, they don't know when exactly the all-time high is, if they're buying at the high or etc. So I think if you could tune into some OGs with experience or even some people who make some great charts, you can find out. Comey Wiki is a great example. You can look at their charts, see if you're buying at the all-time high or if you're buying at a low period. Last couple of weeks, the market's been at a pretty low period, so it's been what I've been saying is a good accumulation period. Not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor, but just my opinions only. I think even to right now, I don't think the prices are too high right now. I always like to start off with Old Faithful here. You got Todd Batman, 7K. You guys seen that increase a little bit? I think it was as low as like 6K just a couple weeks ago. So it's good to see that run up a little bit. We got Rizzo dipped all the way down to 10K at one point, back up to 14K. We got Jim Lee Joker. That one sank pretty low. I think in like the 600s, 500s, I saw Jim Lee Joker. That's back up to 830. The thing about VeVe is the market's always going to go in cycles, guys. It's not going to always just go up forever, and it's not going to stay low forever. When I was first joining VeVe back in March 2021, most of the things were in-store, in stock. And even back then, people were telling us they're not real NFTs. There's a lot of FUD negativity. Well, the people who bought them in-store, in stock and held on to them made out big time. I just want to go over some of the patterns because a lot of people who weren't here for when Todd McFarlane Batman was $300. Went up to 300, back down to 100, ran up to 700, back down to 300, ran up to like 1,500, back down to 400. So it's always going to have that ebb and flow. If you believe in a collectible, if you love a collectible, anytime it dips big like that, don't panic. I would see that as more as an opportunity. Again, not financial advice, just some opinions and things I've learned from experience. El Che, greetings from Indonesia. JD, appreciate that. Hello from New Jersey in the USA. Appreciate you for tuning in today. Where do you see the biggest opportunity on VeVe right now? APB, great question, my man. I think there's some great opportunities still. Now, depending on your price point, I definitely think Omi's included with that, VeVe. I mean, Omi right now, including a lot of VeVe NFTs in the marketplace are low. I think Omi's at an extreme low right now. I think Omi's a great opportunity. But for me, I think what is the biggest opportunity right now on VeVe? There's definitely some collectibles that are still cheap. I look at the lenticular cards still. I think those are still big. I'm still a believer that every single one of those are going to be over 1,000. But I still think comic books. I still think like the top 10, top 20 comic books, a lot of commons, the ultra rares, they're still really, really cheap. And I think that could be one of the biggest opportunities right now because we already know a huge catalyst is coming for all the comic books. Something that's never been here ever before in the history of VeVe. we're able to finally put these comic books in our showrooms, on our profile, in cases in our showroom. Imagine if we had these collectibles and we didn't have the showroom the whole time. That's half of the fun, is seeing your collectibles in the showroom, augmented reality. We have the augmented reality for the comic books, but we haven't been able to show them off in our showrooms. That's going to be game changing. People just want to be able to put them on our profile. Just to take a look real quick, look what's on my profile. I love showing off all my favorite collectibles. But as you go down, all the way down, what do you see that's missing? I want to just keep scrolling down and show my comic books now. And I'm not even the biggest comic book fan, so I can only imagine what the comic book gurus are waiting on, what the comic book fans are waiting on, how they're feeling. They got to be excited because, showing off those secret rares, the low digit commons, the low digit any rarity, the low digit ultra rares, the secret rares. I think people are just excited to show off their comic books. So I know for me, I still want to stack some comic books. I'm trying to make a couple of sales, which I don't want to sell too much right now because I believe the floors are really, really low. So I'm trying to be strategic on which collectibles to let go. I don't want to let go of any of my big ones just yet. So I'm trying to stack on some comics. I do think comics have a lot of room to grow still, I would say. As well as a lot of collectibles too. But I just think that the big catalyst will be huge for these comics. Rexy 19. And also, yeah, good luck to everybody on the drop today. Absolutely. Would like to know your current idea on current Joker NFTs on VeVe. Don't you think there would be a higher potential if they released best enemies versions with Batman? Free Nick, appreciate the question, big time. I'm not sure what you mean exactly on this question. Do you mean like more enemies along with Batman drops? Because they have kind of steered away from the Batman drops, and I think that's just because there was a point where they released those 5 series pretty close to back to each other, and I think at the time people were like, wow, another Batman drop. Like, it was kind of, that was the feeling of the community. This was before we even had Marvel, and then once Marvel got announced and we had a bunch of Marvel drops, we turned Marvel month and basically into Marvel year. But I think that's the part of VeVe, right? And then it turned into like a Disney app, people were saying, because all the Disney drops. And I'm sure it's just a matter of time before we go back to the Batman drops. I mean, we still have Bane. We still have so many different collectibles from the Batman series to drop. And I think once we start dropping those, I mean, we'll start seeing more villains, if that's what you mean, more enemies. Hopefully that's kind of what you meant by that, the question. Because you're right, we only see like the Joker and a couple other villains right now. Which non-Disney or non-Marvel items do you think are the most profitable for flippers? Definitely a good thing that you said non-Disney or non-Marvel, just because, with flipping, that tax right there will cut out some opportunities, some profits right there. They have a pretty big percentage. And I just want to say too, Chrissa Pawn, appreciate the comment. And I want to say this is a collecting app. Although there are investing opportunities, flipping is a great way to increase your gem bag to get more collectibles. I think right now there's a lot of opportunity for a lot of DC collectibles. Wonder Woman's pretty low. I'm going to go over the rest of these collectibles in the market. See if you guys find anything that I feel like is pretty low. A lot of the season 1 stuff, like Harley Quinn is 520 right now, that floor. I always see Harley Quinn being slightly lower than Joker, but it's, again, almost about half of what Joker is. I don't think it should be that low. We got Nightwing, 1.8K. Shout out to my Nightwing holders out there. Still holding my 3. Let's go. I feel like Nightwing's definitely prime for explosion. There's a few of these that I feel like just have such a low supply. Amanda Connor Batman ultra rares still under 1K, 910, and there's 33 left. Now, I don't think every Batman in the whole black and white series is going to be extremely valuable because there's so many of them. But when you can get a season 1 Batman, even if it's not FA, FE, that's going to be a big difference right there. It's going to be able to separate yourself from all these different Batman that drop in the future. Imagine like series 8 Batman. That's probably not going to be as valuable as some of these season 1 collectibles, the Batmans, even though they're not FE, FA, some of them. Yeah, the ones with such a low supply, I feel like they're about to explode. We got Joe M. Batman just below 1K. 970 is the floor. I did want to pick up one more of these. There's 82 left of them. 63 Becky Batman. 1.6K is the floor. Good to see that one go up. I think it was just 1.2K not too long ago. Black Panther's running up there. Secret Rare. Shout out to my Secret Rare holders, Black Panther. Let's go. A lot of you guys saw me get that one on the drop. So ecstatic. That was my first ever Secret Rare on the blind box. So a lot of people think I get all these Secret Rares on these blind boxes, but I really don't. The Secret Rares that I got before were before the blind boxes were even a thing, and you can go for the individual collectible, the individual rarity, I should say, that you wanted. Went for the Secret Rare Spider-Man, got that one. And to be honest, I didn't even know what I got at the time. I knew it was the first ever Marvel NFT. I knew it was the first appearance Spider-Man. When it came out in the market, it was like 2K. I think it got up to like 2.5, dipped down to like 1.3K. Should have just went hard on that one. Didn't know it was going to get to 100K. Back down to like 40K right now, I think. Got the ultra rare moving up slightly, back up to 440. Dipped down to like 380. That's when I was able to cop my ultra rare to finish that set finally. I think sets like this are going to be big time. Let's kind of go over the Master Collector program a little bit when I talk about this set. You have 5 collectibles in this set. So you're getting 5 points a day just to have all of these collectibles in your set. Then you're getting the points to have the ultra rare. Then you're getting the points of having the secret rare in this set. We know the comics are 6 points for the secret rare. I think the collectible secret rares are like 5 points or 4 points. I forget off the top of my head about the collectible secret rares. But you're getting a lot of points every single day for having this set. So that's why I made sure I completed that set. Really wanted to make sure I completed that one. And shout out to my guy, Life Mastery. I always forget which one it is. Shout out to my guy, though. Life Mastery, I think it is. Let me look up his Instagram. He's been a big supporter, so I want to make sure I get his channel correct. He was able to actually help me out get the full set of the Black Panther. Life Mastery .3. Let's go, my guy. Helped him out a lot with the marketplace and etc. You know, just with the VeVe collectibles, NFT. Just try to have him pick my mind on things that I liked, was into. Helped him out a lot. So he sent back Serial Killers, the breakfast portrait, and I swapped that for the ultra rare Black Panther. So because of you, my man, I was able to complete that set. Appreciate you big time. Let's go over some others real quick. DC Battle Statue. This is another one. I mean, for flippers, it's 515. I don't think this one's going to go up in value extremely quick, but you're not going to have that Marvel Disney tax on it. And I think this one's going to go up. I've always said the catalyst for this one, I think, is when they drop Battle Statue number 2. When they drop the second DC Battle Statue, that's going to look amazing, first of all. But people are going to want the first ever Battle Statue because I think people will become master collectors of all the Battle Statues. We got Doctor Strange in the building. Let's go. When comics in profile. Hashtag when. We don't know the exact date, but we know it's coming soon, man. I mean, hashtag soon, hashtag couple weeks, right? But we know it's coming soon. I would have to say, what is it, March 10th right now? March 11th? Yeah, March 11th. My desktop's always a day fast or a day slow. March 11th. I would have to say before April. Maybe in April sometime. Because I think they're trying to get it down the perfect. You know, they don't want to have any kind of, you know, mishaps with that. They want to make sure, you know, it's clean, crisp, looking smooth in the profile, looking smooth on the showrooms. That's going to be big. I would say, to answer this question, Chris Arpon, without taking in individual collectibles, I would say look at collectibles, preferably from season 1, just to have an extremely low supply. And then the price is kind of low, too, that you see a weak floor in. Because sometimes some of these comics, some of these collectibles, we'll stick with the collectibles since you don't want to touch the Marvel side. Some of these collectibles have 30 editions left in the market for sale, maybe 40 editions, maybe even 20. And the floors can jump from, say, you know, 1,000 to 5,000 really quickly. Maybe even cheaper than that. But I would say look at collectibles when you find something that has a really low supply left in the marketplace. something that may be an FA of a big character. What's your thoughts on common comics? I've been getting drops mostly on commons. Yeah, so unfortunately, a lot of times the commons come out really low. For example, you probably weren't here when the Marvel Comics #1 came out. When that first got released, the commons got resold at $2, believe it or not. People are freaking out saying, what's going on? You know, why is it getting resold for half the price of retail? Retail was $7, $6.99, your average comic book blind box price, and it got resold for $2 or $3. And so the smart money, the smart people are buying that up big time. And that same comic book today is over $300. So I think if you get a common of a big time comic book, like the Ghost Rider, for example, I think that's something to where if you hodl, if you hold, I think that could definitely be something that's really valuable. Now, if you get a common comic of something that's not a holy grail comic book, that's not that important, that'll tend to dip down to maybe the $10, $15 range for a while. So I think I love the common comics because that's the physical counterpart. They make the common comics the actual physical cover counterpart. So that's the reason I love the commons, because I never really collected comic books in the real world. So for me, this is like my chance to really collect these real comic books. Like if you look at Marvel Comics #1, the first comic book ever, that common is the same exact cover as the physical counterpart. Now I think a lot of these secret rares too, like I think Ultimate Fallout, the secret rare of that one, that secret rare has a physical counterpart as well. So, I mean, I think for these Holy Grail comics, any rarity is going to do amazing, because as a comic collector, you're not just going to stop at the first rarity. You're going to probably get the entire set of comics if you're a real comic collector. So I like all the rarities, to be honest, of the comics that I do love. I try to go for a 3-digit common. If you notice the edition number, I'm not sure how new you are, how familiar you are, Elche, but if you look at the edition number, the mint number, they call it, sometimes they're in the thousands. Sometimes you can get a 3-digit, a sub 1,000 mint number. The edition number, that mint number is going to matter the value of the comic big time. If you can actually sort through the marketplace. Let me show you an example here. Say we go to Ghost Rider. We're in the Ghost Rider collectibles here. We'll go to the common. You can actually click up top here, that little three bar icon there, and you can sort the marketplace now. Click there, it's going to come up the bottom. Sort by edition number, low to high. Now and then hit apply here. And now you're going to see the floors are big time. Shout out to Mr. Pags up there, got the 202 mint. You're going to see the prices on the low mints are a lot more expensive. So I would definitely pay attention to not only just your rarity, Elshay, but the mint number to go along with that. I see all the time new people, new users, they may get a comment on the drop. They sell it for the floor price because they think it's not valuable, but it may be a 3-digit common. And so I went around November was the time period. And I got addicted to collecting these common 3-digit comic books. Got all the big ones, the Fantastic Four #1, the Amazing Spider-Man #1, Marvel Comics #1. And luckily I did that before they exploded. And I would also say, Elche, because of that, collect what you love. You know, try to dig into your collecting bag if you're a collector, and try to find things, little niches that you love, and start collecting that, because you may be ahead of the curve of something, like I was with the 3-digit commons. Just because, you know, you love that, if you're a collector, there's probably going to be other collectors out there that love the same thing that you do. A lot of times I see right now, people are collecting the VeVe exclusive covers. Some people are trying to have every single VeVe exclusive cover. And I think that's going to pick up steam as well. So there's a whole bunch of different things you can collect, you know. But I am a big fan of the commons, especially the Holy Grail, the top tier comics. ABB Bulldogs does not love their comics. I think it's going to grow on them eventually, maybe one day, but maybe it doesn't, you know. Maybe comics aren't for everybody. Comics really weren't for me at first either. But I think the 3-digit comics, that's what really got me really getting into these comics. I am more of a fan of the collectibles, though, I would say. But I like both. Just Leg, good morning, and good luck. Same to you, Rich J. Excuse me. Michael Wiggins. Appreciate you for tuning in. So I can't wait until we can see, because right now on the profile screen, you can only see your collectibles up there. And soon we're going to actually be able to see the comics. So I have 233 collectibles. The only way you can actually see how many comics you have is by this screen. And soon that's going to be like on your profile screen to where you can, everybody can see it. And comics, I have 168 comics right now. I'm trying to get it even, try to get to that 233 mark of collectibles as well. Yeah, shout out to Black Panther. I think that common's going to do really good for that exact reason. That's the pose. Wakanda forever. We still got 5 minutes before the market closes. I'm going to go over some more. Coca-Cola, I'm going to go over. Just picked up the full set of Coca-Cola. Let's go. Shout out to anyone else, all my full set holders, or even just if you have one Coca-Cola first edition. I think Coca-Cola slept on. That's why I had to pick it up. I picked mine up for $800. So it did run up a little bit. It's over 1K now. It's 1.1K is the floor. I don't have a special mint of the secret rare, but the uncommon I do. The uncommon is $70 right now for the floor. I picked up a 777 mint. Let's go. I'm trying to, one day I'm just been trying to manifest a sponsorship, a brand deal with Coca-Cola one day. So I wanted to make sure I had a 777 for my, brand Johnny Dunn 777. Have that in the showroom. Have the secret rare in the showroom. I'm a big fan of the rare though. The rare and the common. The common has the polar bear. It's back up to 124. We've seen the prices up to 250 on this one. There's 205 commons left. 152 rares. Rares up to 127. Had to pick up that Coca-Cola set. Felt so good when I finally got that. Let's see. The golden moments. Got to talk about the golden moments. We got Walt. Back up to 25.2K. Let's go. Shout out to my Walt Disney holders. Woo! I think people got worried when they saw it down at 19.K. Like, oh my gosh, what's happening? Just remember, fam, the market's always going to go up and down, up and down. Just try to zoom out and look at the macro trend. Is the macro trend down or is the macro trend up? And I'll tell you what, ever since I've been here, the macro trend has been way up. And of course, there's always micro dips. I saw Todd go up to 700, dip back down to 200. But nothing about these collectibles, nothing about the VeVe app, the fundamentals about any of this has ever changed. R2D2, 5.3K. C3PO, 2.8K. Those are two big ones right there. I think they'll definitely do well. We got Bart. Bart's almost back up to 1.2K. Good to see that. Good to see that. That dipped pretty low, like 900 at one point. Got the skateboard still below 1K. 930 is the price. Let's go over Pizza Planet truck. Is that over 1K? It is at 1K. Good to see that. That stayed at like $300 for the longest time. $400. And that's, these Pixar collectibles really remind me of the Disney lenticular cards. In the fact the way they stayed below 1K forever. Wally is back down below 1K, 875. But everybody knows these Disney golden moments. Bart was like 700 for the longest time. 600, wouldn't move. And that's just the way I see the Disney lenticular cards. But I got to stock up on them before I just keep talking about them every single day. Donald Duck back down below 1K. I see Donald Duck and Daisy Duck, the FA of them being pretty big long term. I see them being at least a few $1,000s. Not financial advice. My opinions only. We got Lady and the Tramp, 730. I'm surprised that one's below 1K. I think just not as popular as the Donald Duck. We got 1.6K for Iron Man. The Avengers logo is 1K. I want to get the Elsa before the market closes. 2K for Elsa. And the Mickey hat, 2.7K. Wanted to make sure I finish those. We got all together now. Steamboat Willie, the ultra rare, 3.8K. Good to see that almost at 4K. See that one moving up. Let's go over my other one I always look at, Superman. Superman, 159 left, 3.3K. Another one I think is a big one right here. It kind of gets overlooked. Well, there's two of them real quick. Oh, market closed. 30 minutes is up. Cut me off. I was going to look at the Dragon Girl Ultra Rare and then the Givenchy. Those are two big ones I think that'll do really well. $30 minutes to the drop. Maybe tweet it out. Pretty late on that retweet today. To do a good job reacting that one. We got Brendan Z in the building from the Palace gang. What's going on, fam? We got Sway Collects. Let's go. This is one I haven't looked at. What did it jump up to, Rexy 19? Rexy 19 picked up a Tara McPherson Ultra Rare Whale B before the jump. Glad to see that it jumped. I picked mine up at like 500, 600, almost like a month or so ago now. And that was one of the Decon one of the Decon collectibles that I think is one of my favorite art pieces. It might be my favorite art piece in the whole app next to the Dragon Girls. I'm just addicted to the way that looks. I absolutely love it. I'm obsessed with it. Wanted to get a second one because, I mean, there's such a limited amount of them. I do think because I love it so much, I feel like there's going to be people around the world that love it just as much. I didn't realize how popular Tara McPherson was. I mean, she's pretty known worldwide, too. It's getting closer to the drop, just past 30 minutes. I'm going to go over my drop technique strategy with you guys in case you're new. And if you have been here for a while, it's always good to hear it again. Maybe pick up something new that you haven't heard before. JT in the building. Good luck to you and all on this drop. Let's go. Good luck to you too, JT. Garrett, what's going on, my man? This is a good point. Bart and Homer was the first battle statue, not Batman and Croc. I mean, technically, I guess, yeah. That is the battle scene, right? That's like the infamous. That's a good way to look at it. I will say that Batman and Croc is the first DC battle statue. So I do think that will pick up once we see more DC battle statues. That's funny, though, Michael Wiggins. It's definitely one of the most famous battle scenes in cartoon history with The Simpsons right there. I mean, it is a battle scene. Homer and Bart, they're battling each other. It's just not DC battle, though. Yes, people reselling items after it dropped well below retail. I saw that trend when the market opened for everyone last April. Absolutely, Dr. Strange. And, I think something has to – I feel like the people that are doing that probably getting gems on a discount. I mean, I don't see any other reason why people would do that. Maybe they're just shooting for, a crazy mint number and then just getting any kind of gems back. I mean, to do that right away, to take a loss right away never really made sense to me. But, to each his own. To each his own. But, I mean, we've definitely seen patterns like that before. Marvel Comics #1, resold under $2, under $3. So I just want to say, the market's always goes in cycles. I collect commons, full house, and palindrome mint numbers. That's awesome, Michael Wiggins. Yeah, I think this palindrome mint numbers are going to be big. I have Miss Marvel, common, 21122 and 21221. Oh, yeah, anytime you get mint numbers that just look a little special, it's always going to do a little bit better than having random mint numbers, Austin says, timing has been great for me, but I've been at work using 5G. I'm hoping Wi-Fi comes in clutch today. I'm glad, Austin, that the timing technique's been working for you. And again, if you've been crushing it, or if anybody's been crushing it with the spam technique where you just spam it away, keep doing that if you've been doing great at it. I don't want to switch your way up, but I always say if you're struggling with that way, or you're struggling with the drops, try different ways to get them. Try the timing technique a few times, see if that works for you. And it's been working for a lot of people, so I'm just glad that's been helping out. Of course, it doesn't work for everybody. Chasing Sundays. Good morning, fam. Good luck. Good luck. Stable coins, I would say for the Holy Grails, that's a great way to look at it. And I would say they're probably even better than stable coins for the Holy Grails. I would kill for a 777. Yeah, man. You know, whew, I saw that. Let me bring it up. Because I paid a decent amount for it, but I didn't pay a crazy amount. I definitely paid over what the floor price was. Here's my secret rare. Let's go. I kind of wish there it is, secret rare. Had like a different aesthetic than just the one Coke bottle, but you know, a secret rare, end of the day. That's not my 777. I was looking for it. I found one. It was a 4K range. Contacted the owner. I think we just wanted a little bit too much, which I understand. So we couldn't really make out a deal. Maybe in the future I end up getting it. I'm trying to find my 777 mint Coca-Cola. So the rare, I don't have a crazy mint number of rare. It's the uncommon, I believe. I think I only paid a few $100 for this. Let's see. Here it is. All right, yeah, I paid $3.99. I think this one could lock me in a sponsorship deal though one day. Oh, focus up. Oh, almost had it. Focus up. Come on. There it is. The 777. Let's go. Man. See, I'm excited about that because especially with comic books too, the low mint numbers, we're going to be able to show off our mint numbers in our showrooms. Whether it's like a mint number, you know, highlighted above, floating above the collectibles, or people are able to press the collectible and the mint number pops up on it, whatever the case may be. But that's going to be game changing. It's going to be game changing. William Peartree joined the 2 Walt gang earlier this week. Wow. Crazy life changing decisions, my man. Amazing. Glad to hear that. Let's go. The 2 Walt gang in the house. Man, that's game changing right there. I think that's going to be one of the best duplicates, I believe, personally, in the future. When you have Walt Disney, Mickey Mouse first appearance in one collectible in gold, there will probably never ever be another Walt Disney collectible ever again in digital format. Could be wrong on that, but even if there is, that's only going to promote the first one even more. But I think having that Walt Disney statue this is going to be unbelievable. I don't even think we can grasp how big this is going to be in just another year or two. I think that's going to be something you're going to be able to rent out for the rest of your life. I think it's going to be something to where you could sell it for a life-changing amount of money if you wanted to, pass it down to your kids in the future. And some people laugh at that, like you would pass down a digital collectible to your kids. Well, think of how much more the world's going to be into digital society by the time kids grow up. I mean, ask the question to yourself right now. Are we only moving into the digital world more or less every year that goes on? And if you said less, then I think you'd just be living under a rock. Johnny hit us with the Ric Flair. The woo. Yeah, that's big time, William. I mean, that's unbelievable right there. Yeah. Shout out to you for making moves to be able to make that happen on the dip. Because it dipped down, I think, kind of low. I think like 19K. We got 21 minutes to the drop. And I will be going over my drop technique in just another minute or so. Let me get to some more comments. Price prediction, Secret Rare Black Widow Spider-Man. Was 210, 230. Past 3 days, now 260. Super Rush. Yeah, I don't have an exact prediction for that one. But I do believe it's going to keep rising. Secret Rares, I think, are so low right now. Now, it's that tough debate because there's going to be so many comics on the app, right? To where is every secret rare going to be extremely valuable? Probably not. But I do think with the ability to put them in the showrooms, to show off your secret rares, to put them on the profile, I don't see how secret rares can be below $500 or even $1,000 eventually. Not financial advice. My opinions only. I picked up a few secret rares, pretty low. And I mean, they still are pretty low. I think they're definitely going to move on up. Oh, okay, nice. Definitely a thin floor, back up to 736. Good to see that. That was even over $1,000 not too long ago. When things were pumping, that was, a few hundred, at least over 1,000. So I still see a lot of room for that one to grow. Miss Rose in the building. Today is your day. I'm feeling it, Miss Rose. You're getting the comic today. Today's your day, all right? You're getting a comic. You're finally making it happen. Let's go. How do people buy gems off app? I see people buying 50% cost. Yeah, Coca-Cola. I don't know exactly how people are doing it. I think you have to trust somebody, and that's the scary part. I never suggest anybody doing anything off the app, just because if you are buying gems at a discount, you have to trust that person. I've seen so many scams happen. So many people have gotten sent, this or that or fake or whatever the case may be. They send the collectible or the gems. They end up not getting the cryptocurrency or whatever the case may be. It's definitely scary. I would say not to do anything off of the app. But, I mean, at a 50% discount, it's hard to ignore. I don't think that's going to continue, though. I think when the MTL is here for a lot more people, that's going to kind of go away. For a basement golden moments. I don't know if you mean like a floor of 10K or like a basement golden moment of Johnny Dunn. But yeah, for all the golden moments, I definitely see them being thousands of dollars, every single one of them. Because that's like the first of each category. Like imagine all the Pixar collectibles that we're going to get in the future, right? Well, those 2 golden moments from Pixar are going to be the first 2, and they're going to be legendary. No, I have not tried to do this. Not behind the phone. I will definitely try to do that, though. Yo, shout out to APB Bulldogs, man. Because he was a big influence on why I got my walt, on why I got my second walt. So I just want to say thank you, APB, because you were right, bro. Disney money is different. And if anyone doesn't know the story, I would say it was because of APB. I really, went hard on getting that second walt. And even just the first walt, I made sure I got one, because there was a point where I had all these duplicate collectibles. I had 8 FA Jokers, 8 FA Harley Quinns. I had 40 FA Captain America. They were Marvel Mighties, though. And Walt happened, came out, 2K, 2.5K. I'm freaking out. Like, I need Walt. Don't have the money for it. And so I talked to APB. He's like, you got all these duplicate collectibles. Like, what are you doing? And I'm like, all right, I got to do it. Because you get emotionally attached. Not everybody, but especially me. I get emotionally attached to my collectibles, especially the season 1 collectibles. So had to let a few go. Got my first walt. I'm sitting there. I have 2 Givenchy's, which I love Givenchy. I think Givenchy is going to be amazing collectible too. But at the time, walt was 3K. I'm like, what's going on? Why is walt cheaper than the Givenchy? I probably talked to APB again. Also, Crypto Khaki was another huge influence to make me go hard on the walt. Sold my Givenchy 4K. Boom. Didn't even think twice. Bought the walt. Let's go. Man. I think people are buying gems on eBay too. Yeah, Tux and Sen. Definitely. And I mean, it's still sketchy because you never know. I would say if you don't want to risk it, don't do it because you have a chance of getting beat, of getting scammed. I never suggest, doing anything off the app to anyone. Yeah, absolutely. Like I look at, I hate to point out individual comics just because I feel like they're going to pump. But anything in like the top 10, top 15, top 20, I think those are pretty safe bets, not financial advice. Yeah, let's all get one today. Let's have a lot of dubs in the chat. Check out the Palace Discord. They can help you out with getting gems off the app. Getting off the app gems. Shout out to the Palace. Getting everybody from the Palace to come in here. Let's go. Shout out to you guys. Shout out to Jerry. Shout out to BZ. New Rewind Collective leak is insane. Wow. Austin, I haven't seen it. Show me where to find it. I'll bring it up on the chat right now. I'll bring it up on the live screen. I definitely know that Rewind has gave out, some clues saying that they're going to drop again in March. Yeah, be careful at Discord. Definitely be careful in other Discords. I know the Palace. I know people in that Discord. Shout out to Jerry. He's always popping in the live streams. A lot of guys, you've seen him in here. Brendan Z, he's in there too. Just make sure it's the real Discord if you guys go in there. I'm sure there's like scams. I'm sure there's fake ones. I would look at the people who run that Discord. Jerry, I'll bring up Jerry's Twitter. Make sure you guys follow the right one. I know Jerry's a pretty reliable person. He's always tuning into the live. Shout out to Jerry Kova _ If you DM him, he'll probably be able to help you out. I haven't even joined his Discord just yet. I will though. Shout out to my guys over there. Keep telling them I'm gonna. And they did push back a drop this month because of everything that's going on around the world. I'm not sure if this is what the drop was going to be or not. And we could still have the Rewind drop. We don't know for sure. All right, 13 minutes left, 55 seconds. I'm going to go over my drop technique. There it is. All right. I do the countdown technique. I try to stay in rhythm with the countdown. I'll start counting down like 10 seconds to go, maybe 5 seconds. And remember, the buy now button pops up 1 second after 0. So that's why, in order to predict when I'm clicking it, because I don't wait till buy now pops up and then press it, I try to predict it. I try to guess when it's about to pop up based on staying in rhythm with the countdown. So here's an example. I'm going to act like there's 0 minutes left. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Buy now. Might have been perfect. Might have been slightly late right there. But it's my technique. Instead of waiting to see buy now pop up and then press buy now, I feel like you're going to be too late. You're going to be too slow. I try thinking of, I always say this example, like a quarterback, or maybe if you're playing soccer out there, football, right? If you're playing soccer or even playing football in America, as a quarterback, you're trying to throw a pass to the wide receiver a split second before he's open. Because if you wait till the wide receiver's open and then throw it, it's probably going to be too late by the time the ball gets there. Same thing with soccer. If you're making a pass to like a forward or someone who's about to score, you're probably going to lead him a little bit, pass it to him before he's open. So by the time the ball gets there, he's open. If you pass to him when he's open, by the time the ball gets there, he's probably going to be covered. So same thing for this. If you're waiting to see buy now pop up and then press, you're probably going to be too late by the time your thumb clicks it. So that way, if you can kind of guess and kind of just make a educated prediction of when it's going to pop up based on the countdown, you can kind of start your press before you even see the buy now. You don't want to be too early though, because if you're too early, you're just going to press and nothing's going to happen. So you're probably going to miss it. It's a strategic. You're basically chancing it by being maybe too early, but timing it perfectly if you get it right. So again, we're going to go over it. 14, 13. Wish it focused up a little bit better. But you guys can see it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Buy now. Oh, maybe a little late again. But you can see, I mean, obviously I'm better if I'm doing it like this instead of trying to show you guys. But if you can kind of think of that way, it's helped out so many people in the past. And I try to relate it in a sports way because I relate everything back to sports. Sports was my entire life. And then I'm sure there's people out there who play sports. So hopefully that can kind of help you pick my mind a little bit. Palace is cool. Was it Tucson? I'm still using our freezer gate method. If it's not broke, why fix it? So many people have asked me what's the freezer gate method. And just to go over this example, because this was a funny thing that happened back in the day, months ago now, when all the different gates were popping up, timing gate, rhythm gate, right? That's kind of why I made it up. It was just funny to do. I started making up random ones like, did you try freezer gate yet? People were like, what's freezer gate? And so I made up a thing. Obviously, it was a joke. I told people it was a joke. Don't do this. But I said, if you put your phone in the freezer for 10 seconds before the drop, it cools it down and allows you to get through the Wi-Fi. So many people were like, should I try it? I was like, no, don't try it. I'm not responsible for anybody's phone that gets frozen. And then people are making up microwave gate. You're going to break your phone if you do that. But just some funny different things that's happened. Yeah, definitely. Chasing Sundays, I think it's amazing that the VeVe team can adapt and change and do things like this on the spur of the moment. Chasing Sunday said, I'm interested in the historical drop coming tomorrow. Not sure about the looks, but I love what they're doing with the profits. Yeah, I mean, that's amazing that they're doing that with the profits. I think that's going to do really well because of that. I think a lot of people are going to want to help try to support. So I just think it's great that the VeVe team, I mean, they obviously had probably a different drop scheduled, right? But they can always adapt. They can change. They can do things because, unfortunately, with what's going on over there, I think some of their design team was impacted, was affected by it a little bit. Not the entire design team, but I think they might have had a design team there. So hopefully everybody's doing well. But definitely think it's a good idea to help support the cause and everything. It definitely does not work. Shout out to my coffee gators out there. I'm actually not drinking coffee today. So I don't know what's going to happen on the drop or not. Ran out of coffee. So may not be able to get the drop today. We'll see if Coffee Gate's real or not. Let's go. BDK's birthday today. Is it your real birthday or your VeVe birthday today? A lot of VeVe birthdays recently. This month of March was I would say the month of March this time last year was 100% a historical month. Because you got to think, they opened to the public January 2021, right? From January 1st to the end of January, 5,000 people were on that VeVe app total. From February until March, 10,000 total people were on the app. So they went 5,000, 5,000. From March until April, there was close to 200,000 people on the entire app. Like, they just went from 10,000 total people on the app, February, March, to 200,000 total people on the entire app after March. Unbelievable. So a lot of big things happen in March. So many people's first drop, first time on the app. Happy birthday, BDK. Oh, it's a real birthday. Yeah, happy birthday. Mondays, Miss Rose, VeVe birthday. Let's go. Miss Rose, you joined VeVe early. What made you stick with it? Like, what made you believe in it, I would say? Because there's so many people that found it in February, found it in January. They didn't believe in it. So what made you believe in it when you saw it? I always like to try to figure out what made it kind of click for a lot of people. And then what didn't. And like the reasons why it didn't click for some people. Kurosemi, good luck, fam. Hopefully you're able to get this drop, my man. VVB Day is in January next year. Shout out to BDK. Happy birthday, though, brother. 6 minutes, 1 second to the drop. I'm hoping for a nice ultra rare, secret rare present. I'm hoping you get one too, my man. Reverse crash. What? Yeah, reverse crash is kind of what we saw mid-January. Mid-January, we saw all-time highs of a lot of things. I think we'll get back there. I think we'll probably surpass all-time highs for a lot of things eventually, too. A lot of people don't believe that, but a lot of people also didn't believe that Todd McFarlane Batman would ever sell out. So, I'm definitely going to be a person that believes we'll get past the all-time highs again. But again, I think it's important to come up with a strategy this time if you didn't before. If you were someone, let's see, BDK said, I joined VeVe back when the Android app was in beta, but I only actively started collecting recently. I kind of regret it so bad. Hey, BDK, I wouldn't regret it. Just because you're here now, use those times when you regret it to say, anytime there's negativity now, you know how many times people jump off the fence and say, yeah, VeVe's done, VeVe's finished, and stop collecting? Use that past experience to anytime we have those moments again to realize this is just another opportunity right now. Sam P, what's good? What's good? Is this comic a hodl? I would say it's a spec book. It's probably someone else mentioned this statement in the comments, and I think it was a pretty good way to put it. It's one of the better no big deal books, meaning it's not crazy valuable, but it could have a decent long-term play. My strategy for this one is if I get a comment or something like that, I'll just keep it because I don't think it's going to be that valuable. If I get a secret rare, ultra rare, I'll probably try to sell it right away, but I will try to buy this one back as it dips. And it's one of those where if it doesn't dip as much as I think, then I'll be okay with just profiting the gems, and missing this one. But it's one that I will try to buy back. It's not one that I'm going to sell and not try to buy back. I will try to buy back a secret rare if I do get it. But again, if the marketplace opens up when there's only a few collectibles in there, a few comics, I think you can get it off around $1,000, maybe a little less, like 800, 900, and then buy back a floor a lot cheaper as more and more get put in there. That's hopefully the way the market opens up again today, and that's kind of going to be my strategy. But if I get like a common, uncommon, they're not going to be too valuable, I don't think, right away. So I probably just hold on to it. The reverse crash where the charts crash up, and away. Facts. Green Goblin in the building. Good morning, fam. 5-minute warning. 3-minute warning. APB. I understand the impact of VeVe and NFTs in the future as a whole, and VeVe has all the IP. Don't know, it just made sense. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense to me, Miss Rose. So you understood just the IP power. You understood the Superman, the Batman, what that does. That's good to see, because that's how I was too. As soon as I went on the website, I saw Batman. I said, "Whoa, this is different. This isn't just a random NFT drawing of a Batman. This is licensed," and that was a big difference for me too. Super Rush, you have to get a secret rare or ultra rare comic on drop. Super Rush, I think your time's coming soon, just like Miss Rose is. She hasn't landed a drop in forever. I think Willow Kid hasn't landed a drop in forever. I think he did hit one or two recently. I know December Bitcoin's been struggling big time. There's a few. So hopefully you guys do get one soon. Good luck, everybody. Good luck. You're wild, APB. Do you click buy now as soon as the timer changes to buy now, or do you wait a second then click buy now? Great question, Kurosemi. So I don't even wait until I see buy now. Let me read this question again. Do you click buy now as soon as the timer changes to buy now, or do you wait a second? So I try to click before I even see buy now pop up. It very, very close to it though. If you click too early, you're going to be too early and it's not going to work. So I'm going to try to go over this one more time and do it exactly how I would normally do it. There's been times where if I'm too early, I will almost wait until I see the buy now, but it's like slightly before. If I was to guess, it's like a millisecond before. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Buy now. That would have been perfect, I think. So I'm starting my click slightly before I see the buy now. 50 seconds to the drop. Wow. It's coming quick. Shout out to my coffee gators. That's fake coffee for me. It's not real coffee. I ran out of coffee today. All right, I'm backing out. I like to back out too. That's something I didn't talk about. I like to back out around like 30 to 60 seconds to try to make sure my timer's in sync. Sometimes I feel like it's laggy. Sometimes I feel like it's too fast. Feels good right now. 20 seconds to go. Good luck, everybody. 15 seconds. 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Bye now. I was too late. Didn't get it. No! All right, so that time I felt I was a little bit too late right there. That time, Kurosemi, I probably should have did it a little bit earlier. Let's look at the film here. Let's look at the film. Man, I hate missing these drops so bad. Let's see how late I was. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Not that late, but that's pretty late. I don't know. I didn't seem that late. 2, 1, 0. It looked pretty good, actually. But I don't know. It felt late for me. How'd you guys do? A lot of dubs or what? Yeah, December's sleeping. Coffee gay. Hit perfect. Nothing. Felt perfect. Wow, yeah. A lot of people were perfect. Nothing happened. Wow, all else. Something must have happened today, right? Did we have any wins? Well, this is going to change the mood. Just got a Walt, though. Let's go, Gabe. That's better than getting a dub. Yeah, not one win. Something must have happened today. Not one L. I was so late. Green Goblin. Yeah, maybe rebounds are going to be lit. I still got my buy now button up. Let me bring up a world clock. Maybe I'll go for these rebounds here. Usually don't go for the rebounds, but I got to get my timing down. Here we go. Why is this an analog clock? I thought it'd be a... I guess that'll work, actually. Might even be better. Yeah, perfect. All right. Going for rebounds. Let's go. Rebounds with the team. Can't complain. I have a spider secret rare. Yeah, you can never really complain when you have a secret rare Spidey. Yeah, Maisie, I feel like a lot of people were perfect today, and a lot of us took an L, so I don't know what happened. I'm digging deeper into this IMX stuff. It's bad. Interesting, Getsy. Let me know. Shoot me DMs anytime you find anything really, really interesting, or if you found stuff that's really, really interesting. Shoot me a DM, and I don't know. Or just put it in the chat. Let me know what you found. Like, what do you mean by it's bad? Do you see like a lot of same people getting the same drops, like a bunch of them? Rebound gate. Oh, I thought I got it. It was just waiting for a while. I almost forgot about it, but it ended up being perfect time. How'd that 4-minute rebound go? Dang, your timer was messed up, Z Brito. Oh, depressed gate. That's not good. Austin Walters. Hopefully everything's all good, my man. Wow, let's go. You got one on the rebound. Is that real? Montage got one on the rebound again. Wow. All right, so rebounds are alive. Remember, stay on the screen. I would not back out. If you want to go for rebounds, make sure you stay on this screen. Then every 4 minutes, try your luck. Seems to be the case every 4 minutes for whatever reason. I think the common looks pretty cool in this one. Can't believe I missed a drop again. That's 2 in a row. It's unlike me. Six, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Bye now. That's probably as fast as I could have clicked it, I guess. Maybe I was just a millisecond late. Anybody else get a rebound besides the 2? 17 accounts cop 2% of Wednesday's comic. Wow. And that's only the accounts I saw randomly. Wow. Yeah, that's a lot. Keep track of those accounts. I definitely report that to the team. That's probably the stuff that I would imagine the team's probably on. But I would say just report it to them just in case. Gio, have you ever lost a pet that was with you for a long, long time? I have not, Gio. Unfortunately, I never had pets. I always wanted a dog, but I never had a dog. Yeah, if I'm the drop king, Montage is the rebound king for sure. Montage might get more rebounds than I do drops. Montage is a killer. A legend. That's a fact. Montage shows us how he gets it too, or he tells us how he gets it. Sometimes he gets multiple rebounds. He failed on rebounds last 2 times. I would say, yeah, I think he did last 2 drops, but you don't fail often, man. You usually get at least 1 rebound, I would say. That's insane. 45. The average, too. I mean, the good news is when you have 30,000 editions, that's not too many. But, I mean, depending on how many bots you have. The thing is, I think all those people are going to get banned, probably permanently, and then they're going to be all complaining. You're going to hear about complaints. VeVe took my account. VeVe banned me forever. And it's like, yeah, probably because you did stuff illegal. He's waiting for a bulldog. Facts. APB going to hook it up one day. I like bulldogs too. Yeah, facts, Getsy. And just report it to the team. Anything you see like that. Hopefully not Zbrito. Miss Rose has a bulldog. Let's go. She got one from APB. Yeah, Gio, I've never had that happen. So hopefully, if that happened to you, my man, hopefully you get through things all right. There is one comic book. I forget which one it is. Let me try to find it. Oh, market's closed. I can't find it because I don't think I bought it. There's one comic that dropped last few days. Maybe it was Ghost Rider. Maybe it was right after Ghost Rider. But I was trying to grab 3 digits, and it was impossible. I could not do it. Like usually I can grab one, but that day I think they took over the 3 digits. But again, also, I mean, the demand for 3 digits now is a lot higher than what it was before. Wow. Wait, is this his second rebound from Kursemi? Let's go. Getsy, appreciate you, man. All the support. Appreciate you big time. James feeling back in the building. How's everything going, my man? Everything's going well. Did you luck out on that drop today? Today's drop was really hard once again. Sniffles are back. I'm going to have to change that filter. Yeah, Zbrito giving up on the drop. I understand. The rebounds are hard. I haven't got a rebound in the longest time. I think everybody's like timing is different. I don't know my timing for the rebounds as well. I got to work on it. So then when a really big drop does happen, I at least feel somewhat confident getting a rebound. But Palace Jerry back in the building. Palace, somebody was asking for your Discord in the chat earlier. Wow, let's go. Jabe hasn't been here in a while, but went for a rebound. Let's go. And got one just like that. Amazing how that works. It literally feels impossible until you get one. Hey, all good, my man. All good. You been making any music lately? Making any bangers? I know you make music, so might be busy grinding away. Well, Gio, we all wish you the best, my man. We all hope you get through it. Sorry to hear about the loss as well, my man. Got another rebound coming up in about a minute. Got my world clock up. Good to see the market is rebounding. I think people are getting really scared about the market. And just remember, that's usually the time to get bullish. When everybody's like scared, panicking, that time will probably come again in VeVe. The same way another pump is going to happen again in VeVe. And it's always crucial to be aware of when that's the case because nothing about the fundamentals of the collectibles, the team, nothing's changed. The only thing that's changed are people's opinions, people's feelings. When things get delayed, when things get pushed back, whether that's something they're in control or not, most of the time they're not in control of that. But you're not going to hear them come out and bash another company or another platform that maybe it's their fault, but VeVe's responsible, so they're just going to take the brunt of it, not call out anybody, and just take it on the chin and move on. The people that believe in this are going to still be here. The people that may get mad at delays, etc., sure, let them get mad. Maybe they leave. Wish them the best if they do leave. But there's just going to be more and more people that come into VeVe, become obsessed with it. And the thing that you can guarantee about that is, I just missed another rebound, I think. So that's the problem. I don't really stay focused enough for the rebounds. I should get on my ball with that. Gotta hear him, Jabe. That's the time to get the extra wall. Exactly, William. Exactly. I'm glad that you got a second wall. That's so big time right there, man. I know the feeling I felt when I got mine. And then the price went up to like 8K, 12K. I was like, wow. Whew. Weight off my shoulders. I use 3 devices and land 0% of the drops. You got to hit at least one drop soon, Kurosemi. But get at least one rebound at 4 minutes. Best rebound was getting 2 walls during the Disney drop, including a 120 minute. Wow. Man, it's amazing to hear stories like that. Just because you know how big some of these collectibles can be. You know how life-changing it can be. A rebound on a wall, that's unbelievable, man. Especially a 3-digit mint as low as a 120. That's a life-changing moment right there. Anyone wants to find the Palace Discord can find on my Twitter. Yep, Jerry, I gave you a shout out. You probably left the live stream. Jerry Kova _ or just search on YouTube the Palace VeVe. I just wanted to put it out there because someone was asking for your Discord. I didn't want them to get scammed, get into a wrong Discord, whatever the case may be. My bonus came at the right time this year. Was able to throw a lot into this dip, and now I'm ready to sit patiently to flip for the next dip. Yep. And that's the thing, the ebb and flow. As things start running up, back up to all-time highs, it's going to feel that euphoria. It's going to feel amazing. But maybe that's the time to let go of maybe some duplicates that you've been holding. Not get rid of your entire collection, but maybe if you're holding on to, a handful of duplicates, you let some go as the price runs up a little bit. All depends, right? Yeah, that's big time. Absolutely. Another rebound opportunity in 2 more minutes. About another minute. I'm going to go for this rebound here in a minute. See if I can lock one in. I hate missing the drop. I hate missing the drop so much. Let me see if I can go back to the comment. Oh, that's not it. Here it is. Appreciate the super chat as well, Journey. I'm pretty sure the market reached its bottom 2 days ago. Hope everyone's bags are packed. Yeah, I think so too. I think it's reached its bottom. I mean, you can really tell too by looking at some of the charts that people provide. Shout out to Cherry Charts. I know he's one of them. Shout out to Comey Wiki. Great resource. You can look at the all-time highs, see where the bottom floors are at a lot of the collectibles. You can tune into a lot of experienced people on YouTube. Plenty of influencers out there, people who make content. Pick their minds about where things are in the market. Black Panther Secret Rare Animated. Hold or sell it and get a grip of ultra rare comics. Ooh, see Rios. Good question here. I think Black Panther is a really big, iconic superhero. It's already at 2K, though, basically 1.9K. I do see it being at least a few thousand. But a lot of ultra rare comics are so low, maybe like $80, $90, $100. I think long term, unless you're going for the Grail comic books that are already pretty expensive right now, I think long term, the Secret Rare Black Panther is going to do great compared to some of the ultra rare comics that may not be as valuable. But in the short term, you could time it, right? I mean, it's always risky to time things, time the market. A lot of times you don't want to do that. Time in the market beats timing the market, as they say, right? But with the big catalyst coming up, being able to put your comics in the showrooms or your profile, MCP program around the corner, it's going to be tough to think that ultra rare comics are going to stay below $100. And you can make a huge come up by stacking a lot of those comics. C. Rios, not financial advice. My opinion would be in the short term, if you wanted to get risky trying to time it, I don't think it's a terrible idea because I see so much upside with this ultra rare comics. But in the long term, as we get hundreds of comics, thousands of comics, I don't know if every single one's going to have value. So if you focused on the Holy Grail ones, I think it's a good idea. But long term, I see the Black Panther Secret Rare probably doing better than a lot of the non-important comics, maybe. This Rose still missed on the 16. Wow, I said I was going to go for it and didn't go for it. I lost my buy now button. I backed out. Shows you how serious I am with these. I think once I don't get the drop, I kind of just forget about it. I think I just like going for the drops to see if I can win, to be honest. Is now a good time to buy some things? Anna, I mean, shout out to you for joining the live stream today. Appreciate you. Not financial advice. It all depends on what you're buying. I think just like Kurosemi said, the market has reached its bottom, I would say, last few days. I don't think there's going to be any kind of like big, huge drop around the corner, but you never know with VeVe. They could surprise us all and drop something big, and maybe the market doesn't pump. But I think if they continue how it's going right now, with not too big of a drop, I think it's going to give the market some time to recover. I think now could be a good opportunity. Last couple of days, today, I do see a lot of opportunities in the market, comics and collectibles. L streak has to be fixed, Miss Rose. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, I'm holding the Black Panther Secret Rare as well too, C Rios. I think the all-time high I saw that was like a 2K, 2.2, 2.1. The lowest I seen it was like a 1.3K. Yeah, montage. I mean, to go on this point right here, I think there's a lot of unknowns right now. I believe, I mean, this is just my opinion right now. It's not 100% facts. I think right now, the way it'll be taxable is if you withdraw. Say, I had 10,000 gems. I withdraw with the MTL $10,000. I'll probably have to pay tax on that. But I think in the micro, the short term flips, I don't think those are taxable events because it's just an in-app currency right now. So that's my viewpoint on it, montage. But I think if you hold your collectibles, I don't think that's a bad thing at all for multiple reasons. I think just for the master collector program, you're going to get rewarded big time for holding on because it's all about accumulation daily. If you get a secret rare comic, 6 points one day and you flip it, that 6 points really isn't going to do much for you that day. But if you hold that secret rare comic to 6 points a day, you hold it for months, hold it for 2 months, 3 months. I feel like that's when the the points start to really add up big time. The accumulation over time. Same thing with the sets. Sets are great for your initial 100 points. You complete that set. But in order to get those daily recurring points, you got to hold on to it. That's another way to look at it. Absolutely. It could be another temporary pump. That's why I say, it's always best to kind of just observe things for a little bit. People are talking about, a fake pump type thing, right? I feel like this is a temporary pump, a bull trap, as they call it, right? Nothing's really changed with MTL and with Rewind Collective drop upcoming. Definitely can see another dip. I think it depends what they drop, Katsumachu. I think if they Rewind drops a huge drop, then maybe, another dip in the market as people need gems. The sets do not count for comics right now currently. They may change that in the future, but having all of the covers do not count as full sets for VeVe right now. But in the comic collector's eyes, if I was a huge comic collector, I would look at getting all of the comic covers as a set. But no, it does not count as a set on VeVe currently. That's where the psychological aspect gets in, Katsumasu. I mean, when prices are stagnant and they're not really moving up and they're even dipping, it's not really appealing to buy then. But if you believe in something, that's usually the accumulation period to go hard right then. Because as prices start to rise, psychology in every human is going to want them to kind of FOMO into those prices. I mean, Sea Dog, the way they've explained it before is that, I mean, it's an in-app currency. That's what gems are, in-app currency. So it's a completely different aspect to selling stocks. It's actually a lot different than that. But I mean, it's still such a new space to where they're still figuring things out. But my viewpoint on it is that once the MTL is here and you're able to withdraw the gems and convert it to your US dollars or whatever country your currency is in, that's when the taxable event will occur. That's just my viewpoint on it. I sold my weapon rack ultra rare for 200. I'm not sure what the prices are right now. I feel like 200 is a pretty good amount for that. I think I saw the prices like 170 last time I checked. We got OBL in the building. Shout out to Orange Bag Lady. If you guys aren't following OBL, make sure you guys go follow Orange Bag Lady on Twitter. Amazing Twitter spaces almost every day, it seems like. YouTube channel, amazing content as well. Make sure you guys go show some love to OBL, Orange Bag Lady, in the building. How we doing, fam? Did you get the drop today? I missed out. I did not get the drop. Sea Dog going hard right now. When does the secondary market open typically? James Robertson, great question. So about 30 minutes after the drop. So it should be opening in about 5 to 10 minutes. Sometimes it's delayed a little bit. I would say most of the time it opens 30 minutes after the drop. One thing I like to do, I'll show you guys how to do it as well too. If you're in the store tab here at the bottom, click that Uncanny X-Men that just dropped. Scroll all the way down here. And once you scroll down here, there it goes. Focus up. It'll show you 16.3K of 20.9K left commons left to be distributed. 3.7 out of 4.9K uncommons. 1.7 of 2.2K rares left, ultra rares. 722 of 950. Secret rares 404 of 500 left. So what that does is that tells me that most people who got this comic book still didn't get their comic book delivered to them. So that tells me you can use that information to kind of gauge what the market's going to do. Because most people don't have their comic book yet, when the marketplace opens, you can expect the prices to be pretty high and for them to not have that many editions in the market. For example, the secret rare, when you open the market, might have 1 or 3 available, and the prices will be pretty high, maybe close to $1,000. And as more and more people get their comic distributed to them, that's when you'll see, hundreds of, or not maybe not hundreds of secret rares, but you'll start to see, 10 secret rares, 20 secret rares, 30 secret rares available. And that's usually when the price starts to come down because of that saturation, people undercut. Just more and more people finally got their comic distributed to them, so then they put it all in the market. So I would say looking at that stuff can definitely give you a good idea of the market sentiment of what is going to happen. I always say when there's not many people who got their comic and then the market opens, the price is probably going to start out high and work its way down, as opposed to there's times when the market opens and almost everybody has their comic book already. And that's when you usually see the price start out low and kind of work its way back up if it's a valuable comic. JT got a rebound today. Let's go. So we had a lot of winners on the rebounds. Not a lot, but, good handful of them. Good to see that. Good to see that. Yeah, Sea-Dog, it does sound like you want the VeVe fame to get eaten alive. It sounds like you are kind of being a hater right now. Sounds like some reason the VeVe success is making you upset for some reason. But yeah, just want to go over again. They've talked about it a few times too, and how things could change in the future just because this is such a new space. But again, my viewpoint on it is that because this is just in-app currency, the taxable event will be what happens when you withdraw your gems and convert that into an actual currency like US dollars, whatever your country currency is. Because other than that, there's just an in-app currency right now. I look at it almost like Call of Duty points or whatever the Fortnite currency is in that app. Until you convert that in-app currency into a real currency, that's when it becomes a taxable event. I mean, also, just to give you another idea or another perspective, VeVe's licensed and partnered with the U.S. government, with the with the USPS already. So, I mean, it should give you an idea that we're probably on the right side of things when you're partnered with the U.S. government. So, Anna, great question with the VeVe promo codes. This is actually a new feature on the app. Nobody knew about this, the promo codes. So as soon as we saw the VeVe promo codes, it's got people excited. We don't know what's that come of this, right? And I think Alex actually made a tweet about this, the promo codes. Let me see if I can find the tweet from Alex. Shout out to Alex from the VeVe team. I think he talked about how it's possibly a way to redeem collectibles in the future. I don't think he gave too much details on it. Let me see if I can find exactly what he said on this. Because I think he just tweeted about this a day or two ago. All right, it looks like I can't see it, so maybe he deleted it, or maybe I just can't find it. Shout out to Alex, though. If you're down for a chat soon, my dude, coming up to a year of this craziness would definitely be a good to reflect with you over how far VeVe's come since we were last chatting. Absolutely, OBL. Definitely down to do that sometime with you. Been killing it with the content lately. Definitely be down to come on the channel. We'll have to set that up sometime. Sea Dog's going crazy right now. But absolutely, yeah, montage. I always say when I talk about that, I say it's just my viewpoint. You know, I make sure I say I'm not a financial advisor. You know, I don't. This is not facts. It's such a new space. Things could change, but again, it's just my opinions on it. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's a good idea to bring on a tax guy. I think the problem is though, montage. Even the people. I mean, you could talk to like 5 different tax people, and you could get 5 different opinions right now. So I mean, that's only the downside to that because I think there's so many different viewpoints on it. I have talked to some people. Some people think one thing. I talked to some more people. Some people think another thing. Some people think other things. So it's like it's such a new space right now to where I think there will be, changes, iterations of it. Hey Johnny, we all caught somebody else today. I'll donate Miss Marvel number 16 common. If you want to do a giveaway, let's go, Dave Nelson. Shout out to OBL. Definitely want to see JD in the spaces. Yeah, I got to get back to the spaces. Chasing Sundays. It's funny because I was actually in the spaces before they even took off and became like a real big thing. But then just got involved with the YouTube channel and haven't really been back in the spaces since. But definitely going to make my way back in. It's been a while. I've been saying it for a while now. Finally about to make the transition happen back into the spaces. Market's up. Let's go. All right, so we have 9 secret rares down to 300 already. Looks like the first one was only 477, so surprised people didn't try to make a bigger come up right away. We got the ultra rares, 6 available down to 125. 8 available down to 45. This one started out way lower than I expected. Uncommon, there's 11 available down to 15, down to 13. Common, there's 48 available down to $10 already. I feel like, yeah, bots got to be setting the prices really low. Because, like, when you see stuff like this, just random usernames when you go to click one, it's private. Like, that tells me that they're probably setting the floors low for that reason. For some reason. Secret rare, 269 is the floor. Like, that's just so odd looking, right? Like, all those accounts. Where's Getsy? Snipe time, baby. Yeah, absolutely. My collectibles in the building. How'd you do today? Hot streak continue? No, it did not, my man. Missed the last 2 drops. Felt like today I was a little late, but when I went and looked at the video, felt like I was pretty much on point. So still felt like a little late today. Yesterday I felt like I was on point, didn't get it. So 0 for 2 last 2 drops. How'd you do today? Were you able to get one? A lot of people missed on the drop in the chat. Only people who got one was like in the rebounds, I want to say. Yeah, absolutely, man. Tough one today. Drops are tough to get. Anytime you miss the drops, it makes you realize how hard they are. But once you start getting the drops in a row, it makes me feel like they're that easy. Got a jet. Have a blessed day, everyone. Dubs, appreciate you big time for tuning in today. Support, always amazing every single day. Appreciate you, Dubs. Unfortunately, you didn't get one today. You're first in the chat. Still missed out. So I guess that ends that rumor. Took an L today. Hey, appreciate that super chat big time, My Collectibles. Again, if you guys are following My Collectibles, great content, great YouTuber. Make sure you guys go show my collectibles some love on YouTube. Appreciate that. Yeah, the interview with Pirates, shout out to Chad, amazing YouTuber, OG. It's just great to chat with him again. It's been a while since we actually got on the channel together to chat. So shout out to Pirates one more time, Chad. Definitely we're going to be chatting a lot too. I don't think it's going to be like a once a year type thing in the future. I think we're going to be chatting a lot more. Thanks for your time again. Sorry for being on. All good, Dog. All good, my man. I know there's concerns, questions all the time. So never feel sorry about asking questions. VeVe Vibes in the building. How we doing, brother? Did you get one today? We got a lot of L's on the chat today. Unfortunate, man. Yeah, Sam. I just got your tweet. You got the heavy load message. We start spamming at 30 seconds. Wow, let's go. Let me see. I'm watching your video right now. You had perfect timing. That heavy load message, it pops up a lot, but I would say don't use that as a determining factor that you can't get it. Plenty of times where that came up for me and I still was able to get one. But when that comes up, it should let you know that there's that much demand right now. Did anyone get one? I can't find anyone on Twitter right now. Oh, wow, we did. Let's go. Shout out to Mons. Oh, this must be the teaser that you guys are talking about. Let's go. Is that rewind number 2? I got to go check out the prices on the rewind logo right now. That's probably pumping like crazy. Probably over 1,000 already. No, not yet. 888. Kurosemi, I know you got the gems, my man. I think this could be a good steal right now. 888 is the floor of the Rewind Collective logo. If they drop another logo, maybe the prices dip in the market, but I see this one going back up. If they're dropping another logo, there's 90 available. Givenchy, 78 available, 7.6K. Shout out to K-Mo. Hello, K. We got House of Cards, Cleopatra, 2.2K. Amelia, 1.6K. I've been thinking about letting go my 100 mint Amelia for a decent price and then buying back the floor, but it doesn't look like a good opportunity right there. There's a couple of 100 mints just above floor. Secret Rare Ghost Rider, 1.4K. Let's go. Yeah, that's a good one right there. I think that's still undervalued, to be honest. And I don't even have that one. Oh, I like this one a lot, VeVe Vibes. Yeah, I think the artwork with Ron English, the Ukraine artwork tomorrow, I think it's going to do really well. I think it should do really well, too. It's for a good cause. I think a lot of people are going to want to help support, and I think it's for a great cause. So let's go. Yeah, my collectibles in the building. Great content creator out there. I'm just curious about the box price mint numbers. I'm curious about this too, VeVe Vibes. I was kind of hoping that VeVe would release their Medium article while I was on stream so I could go over it. But it looks like they're going to wait a little bit for that one. Probably sometime later today. But I think the mint numbers they might be a high edition run only because they want to have a lot of people support this and the money's going to help them. So normally I would say probably a low edition run, but because of the cause and everything, it might be a higher edition. Is Spider-Man a good comic to buy? Which Spider-Man, Anna? Just because there's a lot of Spider-Man comic books out there. I do think Spider-Man comics will do good just because it's a Spider-Man comic. But again, there's going to be so many Spider-Man comics out there. I think the very best one is the Amazing Spider-Man #1. I think that will be the best one on the app currently right now. Once Amazing, I think it's Amazing Fantasy. Once the first appearance of Spider-Man's comic comes out, that'll do really great as well too. Oh, that's good to know. I didn't know that. Kelvin missed the drop. It was a tough one too. Anyway, man, you might not have gotten it. A lot of people struck out. I think only people hit were on rebounds today. So yeah, C-Dog. That's the only thing I was saying is I don't mind you asking questions, concerns, etc. But when you're doing like 10 in a row, it's just like one at a time type thing. And again, I want to talk about it a little bit more too. Like it's such an early spot in this industry, in this space, to where laws can change all the time, different iterations happen. And anything I say is just my opinion. I'm not a financial advisor. It's not like what I'm saying is facts. These are just my opinions, my viewpoints on it from the information that I've gathered. I think what separates it from a lot of different traditional things is the fact that it is an in-app currency. So I think that's a big factor right there. Do you think we will have a large mint run, so it will be a layup to get? That's kind of what I'm thinking, C-Dog. Originally on a artwork like this, I would say no, it's probably going to be a limited edition run. But because of the reason behind this one, I think it could be a higher edition run. Not like, 50,000 editions, but a handful edition, maybe 10,000 editions type thing, I could see happening. It'll be interesting to see what the prices are, though. I'm definitely going to be curious. Anytime they put out a post of the Medium article or anything like that, I try to post it on YouTube right away, make a post about it, make an Instagram post about it. Yeah. Also, historical NFT as well, too. First humanitarian charity NFT. Good way to, first of a lot of things still. And that's always kind of the blessing and the curse with VeVe, because they could release something tomorrow. Or I'm sorry, not tomorrow. We already know that tomorrow is the first of something. But next week, and that's the first of something new. And then the week after that. So it's like, that's how early we still are. We're still getting first appearances of big time characters. We're still getting the first of a lot of things. It was only last year where we got the first ever in color NFTs on VeVe. Insane. Well, I guess technically 2 years ago because it was 2020. Like not too long ago. It feels like yesterday. That this could be actually an interesting. I didn't hear this VeVe Vibes, but this could definitely be something that they do. Have one edition that has like your 10,000, a lot of editions, and then make your other edition for those big time collectors. Make one that has 1,000 editions type thing. Maybe like a blind box. I would like to see that. Excuse me. Maybe a blind box of, one rarity, have 10,000 editions, maybe 20,000 editions, and then the other rarity, make it like a 3,000 or 1,000 edition type thing. All good, my man. It happens. Wow, Kurisemi. That's going to be the lowest 3-digit you've ever bought, probably. 16 gems. I don't even care if it's not the most valuable comic. This is probably, this is a decent comic too. So even if it was like the least valuable comic and you got a 3-digit for 16 gems, that's a steal. Yeah, Amazing Spider-Man #1. I think that's a solid comic to get. Because even when they released the first appearance of Spider-Man, this is still a very valuable comic. It's still a comic book that's in high demand. Yeah, absolutely. I think it's smart. Absolutely. If you have paperwork on all your collectibles, and absolutely. Common floors at retail. Wow. Yeah, let me go over some of these prices. This one did par. Secret rare 215. Ultra rare $60. What? If I can find a real account, because I try to buy from real accounts when I can. I try not to support the non-accounts, non-real accounts. $66 for ultra rare. Probably have to buy that one. Unbelievable. When I can, I'll buy something from someone who's like an actual real public person. All right, the commons are down to $7.49. The uncommons are $8.90. The rares are at 32. The ultra rares are at 64. The secret rares are at 215. Are we still early? That tells me that we're still early, real talk. Yeah, unbelievable. I got a ultra rare from like a real person for 60. This would be a good drop to try out the new waiting room system. Absolutely, Green Goblin. And I think that comic book, that Top Dog comic that they kind of teased, they could have been testing the new waiting room system. I think that's going to be here closer than people think. Because last year, December time, they talked about how the new waiting room system could be here February, March, maybe at like the latest. So I'm thinking maybe by the end of March, the new showroom. I'm thinking by the end of March, the new drop system will probably be implemented. I did not find anything on the FE question, Chasing Sundays. It's a tough question. I think it's going to depend on. The question is, does it depend on the artist or the actual drawing itself? Meaning, if the artist draws another Goofy, is that the first edition Goofy because it's a different artist, or is it not because it's Goofy again? I'm going to write this down. I'm going to find out for you. I'm going to ask someone else. Because this is a good question. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Why are people buying the comic for $6.99 and selling for $7.99? Why do people do that? It's actually a great question, Anna. And I'm not too sure why people do that. I have a feeling people are probably buying 50% gems and then doing that. Or people just try to get a low mint, and then if they don't get the low mint, they just put it back. I feel like, bots probably are involved in some of that or something. I'm not too sure exactly why. Good to see the ultra rares back up above what I bought it for. But again, I think a lot have to be delivered. VeVe Vibes, not even half delivered yet. So it's interesting that the prices are already this cheap when half still have to be delivered. Because I don't think an ultra rare is going to dip from $60 to $30. And if it does, that'd be insane, Because there's only 19 secret rares on the market going for $230. Some of them just got bought up. 33 ultra rares going for $64. It's gone up a little bit now. 51 rares going for $30. 98 uncommon going for $8.97. So strange. And the common going for $7.60. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. The rarity or the mint numbers are hunting for. I just buy one common and two uncommon, all for $34. Yeah, bots notorious selling for cheap gems. Selling for cheap because they just need money for next drop. I feel like, the VeVe team's got to be working on that. I think they are. That's a problem with buying these gems at a discounted rate off the app, because you don't know if you're supporting someone who is, botting or getting them counterfeit gems or something like that. So the more you keep it on the VeVe app, you're paying a little bit more of a premium, but you're not supporting, anything illegal that is happening off the app. I had a tweet thread questioning Alex G on FEs. He said that if a new Disney lenticular cards were released and it had Mickey, it would be FE as long as it's a new series. So I think this is probably the thread that got a lot of people questioning and maybe had concerns. So I guess what he means by that is, say, series 4 of the Mickey lenticular cards, and it's Mickey and Minnie together in some kind of artwork. Maybe that would be a first edition of that because it's a new series. I don't know. Maybe I'll talk with Alex again and just kind of clarify it a little bit more and get back to you guys. Yeah, I agree, actually. Scooping up 3 digits near the floor. Let me look at some of these 3 digits. How low are they? Oh my gosh. Oh, yes, some of these are extremely low. All right, so there's a $60 $9.85, there's a $70 $9.79, there's a $59 $9.49, $60 $6.61, a $65 $4.95 mint. Maybe just not so much demand with this one. When will the new drop system be implemented? J.O., good question here. I think I've talked about it a little bit, but I think it's going to be another couple of weeks. I think it's going to be closer than people think. I think by the end of March, it should probably already be implemented. I feel like it has something probably to do with that, Sea-Dog. I'm kind of thinking something like that. Have not seen that, Kurosemi. Got a 3,000 mint for 11 gems common. That's a great mint number right there. Anytime you can get a solid, clean mint number like that, definitely be worth more than the floor. I don't think too many people right now are selling outside, but I mean, there's obviously going to be some people absolutely see dog. The people that do want to cash out right now, the people that have wanted to cash out in the past few months, since they don't have the MTL, they'll go out of the way, maybe sell gems at a discount rate for crypto or something like that they can cash out. We've definitely seen that happen before. And I think when that happens, I mean, that's definitely, in my opinion, a taxable event because you are cashing out at that point. But again, my opinions only. Secret Rare is going up now. 265 is the floor. Ultra Rare 62. Rare is 29. Uncommon's 9. The common 765. Let's see how many still have to be delivered. This is a big thing right here. So still have 11.2K out of 20.9K still have to be delivered of the commons. 259 of the 500 Secret Rare still have to be delivered too. I feel the same way. Yeah, collectibles. I think we burned through a lot of the cash out MTL sellers at this point. I agree because like if you wanted to cash out, I think a lot of people would have done it by now. Probably is a small percentage of people. The supply of a lot of collectibles are extremely low. The next pump is going to be insane. What Spider-Man number 1? Which Spider-Man is it? Because it's not. Let's see here. I doubt it would be the one I'm thinking of. Are you talking about Amazing Spider-Man Part 1? 2012. 2012. Does anyone know which one she's talking about? Because the Spider-Man on the app that's going to do really well right now is Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man #1, 1963. I think the ultra rare is probably closer to 1,000, maybe like 800. That's the Spider-Man that's going to do really well. Probably the best right now on the app until the first appearance Spider-Man comes out. Oh, the Miles Morales. Absolutely. The Ultimate Fallout Spidey. That's a really good one as well, too. Is that one? Oh, wait. Unless it's the Miles Morales, unless it's not the Ultimate Fallout. I think I know which one you're talking about. The one that the first time Spidey and Miles Morales meet. I don't think that's the most valuable comic. Let me bring it up. It could do well in the future, though. I mean, as Miles Morales has more popularity. Here it is. A 3-digit mint is always solid. 145, I see a 3-digit ultra rare, number 819. 489 going from 180. That 489 mint looks really good. But yeah, this Spider-Man comic isn't the most valuable one. And there's just so many Spider-Man comics. I like the price of that 489 mint, the 180. Again, it's not the most valuable comic in the world, but for that mint number, it's pretty cheap mint or cheap price for that mint number. Big time. Great to notice that, Kurosemi. Yeah, it's a supply on a lot of those lenticular cards are dropping. Supply all around in the market, especially a lot of those Batman collectibles down big time. I think it's less than $1,000. I touched on that Amanda Connor Batman ultra rare. There's like 30 of them in the market. Less than $1,000. I know it's not a FA Batman, but it's a season 1 Batman. And I think that's probably why they stopped releasing those Batman. Because there's a point where they released like 5 in a pretty decent amount of time. Season 1, season 2. You know, as people always say, are Batman's going to be valuable in the future? All the Batman may not be. The non-FE, non-FA, but the season 1 Batmans, that's going to do really, really well because it is season 1, even if it doesn't have the FE, FA, in my opinion. Yeah, that Uncanny X-Men #4, I think, is the best X-Men. Good point here, VeVe Vibes. You never really know what's going to happen in the micro. Very true point here, Sea Dog. That Spider-Man comic doesn't sell for too much in the real world. Definitely, I would definitely suggest you Komi Wiki for the charts. You may have to pay for a little bit, but I think it's worth it. I definitely think they have amazing chart analysis to where if you're just tuning in, I mean, it helps out big time to where you can see if collectibles are at the very, very bottom floor they've ever been, if they're at the all-time highs, anywhere in between. Punch in the building. Let's go. How we doing today, brother? Hope all is well. I noticed you have a DB Ultra Rare 1953, the created year of James Bond in the market. Let's go. Yeah, I'm stunting with that one in the market. I have it listed for like 9 mil. Obviously, it's not going to sell, but just kind of show off that mint number there. That's one of my favorite collectibles recently. Do you think there is any value in the 1962 DB Ultra Rare? This is the release year of the first James Bond film. Ooh, is it really? I mean, anytime you get the first of anything, I believe it's going to be big time. Now, I didn't get the 53 year solely for the value of that. Some people may think there is no value of that. I do. Excuse me. I do personally. And that's why I got it because 53 is the year of my dad's birthday. It had a lot of meaning to me. And it just felt like a big year. And when I looked it up, The year that James Bond, the first ever book, was published, to me, that was a big deal. And that's kind of tapping into my collecting roots. And if 1962 was the first ever film of James Bond, if that's true, then yeah, I think there's definitely value there. It may not be for everybody. Like some people didn't think the 1953 mint number was important. That's fine. I mean, it may not be important to some people, right? But if there's a James Bond fan out there, it's probably going to want to have the mint number of the first ever published book. 1953 was a big year for James Bond. And so if 62 was the year of the first film, I think that'll hold weight. But mint numbers aren't liquidable as much. Or not as liquidable, I would say, because it takes a lot of time for those to sell. I'm not looking to sell mine, obviously, but if I was and put it on the market, it may take a few days or a few weeks even to sell, because it takes that right collector to come around to find it. There is a big market for mint numbers, special mints and low mints, so it just may take some time. Ooh, do you think mint numbers are more important on comics and collectibles, or are they close in value? That's a good question. I would actually say mint numbers on comics might have a little bit more value. But then again, especially the early collectibles, because they changed kind of the system. In the early days, you were able to get in first, you got the lowest mints. And now it's just completely random. So it's interesting. I'm not sure. I would say it's close in value, though. But if one had to lean more so than the other, that's a tough question right there. I would have to really think about that one. Man, that's a tough one. I don't know. I would definitely say they're close in value. Think about it this way. When we're able to show off our mint numbers in our showrooms, on our comic books, on our collectibles, that's why I say it may lean towards the comics a little bit. But again, both are going to be big. I mean, showing off your mint number sub 100 on a collectible or a famous year or something like that, like my 1953 mint on my Aston Martin, I'm going to love to show that one off. Wow, Rewind logo's up that much already? Let's go. Absolutely, Kurosemi. I tried helping you out. I know you got a stack of gems, so I was like, this could be a huge opportunity right now. In 988, let's go. I mean, when I think about it, that's Rewind's first ever series, right? First edition Rewind logo. If they drop another logo, it probably won't be first edition. Now this is going to be the test, right? This is going to be the interesting, because like someone else just said about the FE, right? It may be another FE if it's a different series. So this is kind of make me think, since this is Rewind logo, it'll probably be series 2. It probably won't be FE. And same with the Mickey lenticular's card. So that the way I'm visioning it, I could be wrong on this because I'm not 100% sure. This is kind of just what I just came up with thinking about the Rewind logo. The Rewind logo next drop's probably going to be in the same series, like series 2. There's series 1, this is series 2. It'll probably not be FE. And if that's the case, if the lenticular cards, if more artwork drops of, say, Mickey Mouse in a different series, a different line than those Mickey and Friends, that could be the FE. But say if, Mickey was to drop again in the lenticular card series, probably won't be FE. Maybe I'm wrong on that. But based off of what I'm feeling with this Rewind logo, that's kind of how I'm thinking. Because if it's, a Mickey Mouse art drawing again in a different series, that could be FE. Maybe that's what he was thinking. Let's go. I think even the floors on those Ultra Rares, I think, are low right now. I bought mine for, I think, $700 or $800. And I think the floor was $600 at the time. I feel like the floor is going to be $1,000. I still do. Maybe not exactly $1,000, but up there, if not over. I think it sounded like MCP is somewhat on the back burner. I think Alex Reese just said, yeah, we don't have any new info for MCP. It's probably one of those things where they're going to take their time on it because there's so many different factors that play into that to where they can't be changing it once it's rolled out. They have to have everything solidified, cross their T's, dot their I's with that one. That'll be the first catalyst, I think. this is why I'm kind of leaning with that comic when it was the debate, comics or collectibles, what mint number is going to be more valuable with. I'm saying kind of both, but if I was to guess, if I had to lean one, I'm kind of lean the comic side. This has to do with it. Katsumachu said, I feel as time goes on, mint numbers on comics will be the only way to differentiate pricing on comics, especially when the common covers, since there's so many. It's exactly right. And, when there's 20,000 editions, 30,000 editions of the same physical replica, how are you going to differentiate that, right? Probably the low mints. And the low mint commons are actually way more scarce than people think. Look at the Marvel Comics #1. This is the one I always give examples of. Now, before I say this, I will say all rarities, I believe, are going to do amazing. People think when I talk about the low-digit commons, they think I hate on the secret rares. I think the secret rare is going to do amazing because the comic collector is going to want to get every single rarity, the ultra rare, the secret rare, the rare, the uncommon. But specifically those Marvel Comics #1, the commons, the low digit, the sub 1,000. People think, oh, there's 1,000 of them or 999, right? And there's 500 secret rares or 600 secret rares. It's actually not the case at all. First of all, the VeVe team takes the first 500. And then think of how many are left between 1,000 and 500 common mint numbers or common 3-digit mint numbers there are. It's actually less than there are secret rares. So I think those low digit 3-digit commons are going to be amazing. But again, collectibles, the mint numbers on those collectibles will be big too, because some of those commons have a lot of additions. I think constantly in collecting, people are just going to want to try to separate. And that's one way to do it. That's what makes all these NFTs, non-fungible tokens, is the mint number. It will get a little bit different when there's customization, there's accessories. Then you can change the aesthetics of them. But what makes these all one-of-ones is the mint number. Is this a sleeper comic? I would say long-term, probably. It's kind of like a spec holder, though. Or spec comic book, I would say. It's one of the better... Someone said this in the live chat. I think it was a great analogy. It's like one of the better no big deal comics. Let's go. Everyone go watch Johnny Dunn interview with NFT Pirates, then load gems and buy. That's funny. Appreciate you. Yeah. I always shout out Chad because, Chad, OG too. Been here since day one. I love talking with OGs like that. Chad's a big part of the community too. Always gives great advice, great content on his channel. I don't know if this is a weird question, but what do you think about Mr. Fantastic Mighty? Not a weird question, Anna. You may think it's weird because these mighties don't get really talked about too much, but that is a good opportunity, in my opinion, not financial advice. I know these are like the mighty figures, right? They're not like the premium version of the person. That will probably come one day, which will probably boost the prices of these mighty FAs. But at the end of the day, these are the first appearances of these characters. And so as the Fantastic Four gets more and more popular, I think all of those will be really well. The Thing, too, I think. And they're really cheap right now, too. Ooh, a 405 Black Panther common for 188. Ken W, I think the common floor price is like at 110 right now. Let's check, see if it's went up a little bit or not. The common's at 108. I doubt you can find a 3-digit cheaper than what you paid for. Let me just scroll down real quick. I definitely think that's a solid one. And you got a sub 500 too. Yeah. You definitely made a good buy, in my opinion. Because I could see the commons of these Black Panthers, the Wakanda Forever, getting up to $150, $200 one day. And when that happens, make sure you write that back in the chat and say, what a great move that was you did. Because, yeah, I definitely think a 405 sub $200. As an MC1 secret rare holder, I will confidently say the low mintage commons will perform better than the secret rares. Let's go. And shout out to you for holding the MC1 secret rare, man. That's big time right there. And I'm glad you said that because I think people just get a misconception that like I'm hating on the secret rares, the different rarities, because I love these 3-digit commons so much. Like I said before, a comic collector is not just going to stop at the 3-digit common. They're going to probably go get a sub 1,000 rare, uncommon, ultra rare, and probably go for the secret rare as well too. If they can't afford the 3-digit secret rare, they're just going to go for a secret rare. So that's why I think they're going to do amazing, you know. And just like in the real world with comic collectors, you know, as I learned, they go after, you know, a pretty rare item. If it's a rare cover, they're going to go after that one too. But like you said, I'm glad you did say that though, because I mean, how iconic is that to have the exact physical replica counterpart of that famous Marvel Comics #1? And I think there's what, 20,000 of them, 30,000 of them. So how do you separate yourself from those 30,000 people? You go after those 3-digit commons. And my regret with that was not doing it multiple times, not getting multiple of those 3-digit common MC1s. I wasn't able to because I was going around getting a whole bunch of those top comics. But it would have been a lot better of an ROI if I just got, instead of getting all my collection right there, buckling down and grabbing a handful of those 3-digit MC1s. Yeah, absolutely. Punch. Isn't that great to see them, you know, adapt and kind of pull something out to support, you know, what's going on in the world right now to help support. Chasing Sundays, appreciate you big time. I'm going to be doing a giveaway for the next drop tomorrow, just because we haven't had a giveaway in a while. People struck out big time today. Switch up the flow, you know, switch up the vibes. Get another JD drop going tomorrow. So I will be doing a giveaway tomorrow. Ooh. Let me check these out. Which X-Men did you have again? Number 170. I don't believe 170 is one of the most important X-Men. But let me find out. I think X-Men is kind of slept on right now because of their fan base. It's pretty loyal. It's pretty big. I'm trying to find your comic right now. See what the prices are looking like. Of course, I can't find it. I don't really know the answer to this one, though. I don't have a pretty confident answer. I would say, Jabe, take that question to the comic gurus, to Sleeping Comics, Comics and Crypto, maybe even the chat, maybe see what the chat has to say. If it was Uncanny X-Men #4, I would say hodl that one for sure. X-Men 129, is that the one you have? I'm not sure which X-Men you had, James. Still live. I'm about to hop off soon, Miss Rose. Appreciate that punch. Yeah, VeVe vibes. I think the X-Men comics are pretty good. Obviously, not all of them are equal in value. James, did you mean mint number 170? Because if you had mint number 170, that's like impossible. I would keep that. Miss Marvel 219, pretty cheap secret rare. I do think uncommons will make a huge comeback one day if the community shifts to valuing scarcity again. I think VeVe Vibes uncommons will do well eventually, not even just on the community valuing scarcity again. I think it's just the fact that there's there's only 30 left in the market, which a lot of uncommons do have, maybe like 60 left. I think the floors are just so thin in a lot of them to where people could just sweep the floor and, make a quick come up. But I think over time, what's going to happen is demand and popularity will cause the scarcity almost, if that makes sense. Meaning, like, for example, the Marvel Comics #1, so many editions, right? But I think the popularity, the demand of that will cause that one to be scarce over time. And the fact, of course, people swept in when it was $2 and they have a ton of them. But appreciate you for tuning in. Got the question: do I spend my gem now or I wait the MTL launch with the price dropping? Good question here. MTL is already launched. It's just being rolled out in waves of groups of users. So I think people are trying to determine, as more and more users get the MTL, is that going to help? Is that going to hurt the prices? I would say for an overall example, I would always say it's smart to try to keep at least some gems in your account. Have that gem management. It's easier said than done, of course, because gems are so easy to spend in the market. As you guys all know, as soon as you get a lot of gems, you start looking for all these deals, right? I just think it's smart to always keep some gems on the side because you never know when VeVe is going to have a surprise drop, something big and market dips a little bit temporarily. I don't think the MTL is going to cause as big of a crash as people think because it is being rolled out slowly. They've talked about how they don't want to really impact prices that much, so they will roll it out slowly because of that. And plus, with everything else coming soon, I think Kurosemi talked about it before, how he thinks we reached the bottom a few days ago. We're definitely close if we haven't. But you see things start to pick up a little bit in the market. And I think that's just because there wasn't a big drop this weekend. And every week that there isn't a huge, big announcement drop, I think we're going to start to see the prices slowly work its way back up. Now, as we see the prices slowly work its way back up, if they drop a big drop one weekend, okay, maybe a temporary pause type thing, maybe a little bit of a dip again, but I don't really see prices cut in half from what there are right now. Maybe so. Maybe I'm wrong on that. Just my opinions on it. Also, I think it's crucial these days to start focusing on the things that you love. There was a point in time in VeVe where it felt like you could just grab everything. Like, just take everything on the shelves, put it in your bag, put it in your collection. But as time goes on, as more and more drops happen, we're not going to be able to, we as in most users, speaking for myself, and most average people who don't have unlimited money, probably won't be able to grab every single thing that drops. So you're going to have to kind of be forced to narrow it down and focus on the things that you love. And I think that's going to help too with the prices. Because as we see in the early days, people just bought everything for a quick flip, quick sell. But as VeVe continues, it's going to be more, what are you into? You choose your fandoms type thing. So along with that, and I think they're going to keep doing a good job of fixing the bot problem, fixing the drop problem. It's just a constant, work in progress with them. You're constantly going to keep getting better at it. It's not going to be like one day, problem solved. It's just going to be a constant work, I think, constant adaptation. But I am signing off today. Hopefully everybody got a rebound, it seemed like, got something on the drop. I know a lot of people missed on the drop. So that is why tomorrow I will be doing a giveaway for the next drop on VeVe. And I will be putting out an announcement on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, next time we see the Medium article for this next drop. I think people are interested to see what the prices are, the edition count. So make sure you guys are tuned in, subscribe so you get notified when I put the announcement out there. I'll take one more question here from VeVe Vibes. I want to ask next AMA, how are we getting more info on MTL via Twitter, Medium article in the near future? Not a bad question, but maybe put in a tweet to their AMA in case they want to bring that question up. I think they'll probably talk about next AMA, how the MCP, they'll probably give out information on that in the next few weeks, maybe. But appreciate you guys. I'm going to be signing out. Catch me on the next live stream, next drop, which is tomorrow. So until then, take it easy, guys. I'm signing out. It's your boy, Johnny Dunn. We out, fam.